Sir, up to this we covered how to write lambda expression, how to call that lambda expression by using functional interface. Even we worked a small example with runnable interface also. Next, these lambda expressions maintain very close relations with the anonymous inner classes. Wherever anonymous inner class is there may be a chance to replace that with the lambda expression, but not always. Remember that. Of course, there may be a possibility, there may be a chance to replace anonymous inner class with the lambda expression. Sir, first you people should aware, anonymous inner class, most of the programmers' perception, it's very difficult, it's very complex, like most of the people are going to feel. But anyway, to resolve that complexity, happily we can use lambda expression. But may not both are exactly equal concept, but I can use the word similar concept. Then you may ask, what is the difference between anonymous inner class and the lambda expression? Slowly our concepts going on, you can able to get much differences, right? First, anyway, just aware, wherever anonymous inner class we are using, there may be a chance of using lambda expression. Clear for all of it? But now my first question, what is anonymous inner class? What is anonymous inner class? Sir, anonymous inner class versus lambda expression. What is this anonymous inner class? Have you observed? Very simple. It is the inner class. Inner class. Sir, which is anonymous? What is the meaning of anonymous, sir? In the last session somewhere I covered anonymous function. Anonymous function, nameless. Sir, nameless inner class. Nameless inner class is by default considered anonymous inner class, right? Sometimes we can declare inner class without the name. Are you getting? Such type of inner classes are by default considered as what? Anonymous inner class, right? How I can use anonymous inner class? I will explain with a small example so that you people can aware much clearly, right? Sir, just let me go for a small point here. Observe that carefully, right? Sir, I am taking runnable r is equal to new runnable r is equal to new runnable. Can I write like this? Runnable r is equal to new runnable. Can I write like this? If I can write like this, the compiler will give left and right, because runnable is an interface. Sir, if it is an interface, how you can create object? For the interfaces, abstract classes, either directly or indirectly, not possible to create object, right? Sir, it's a compile error, right? But I'm taking something like this. Runnable r is equal to new runnable r is equal to new runnable. Okay, curly brace open and close. Within that we can take public void run method. Just I will take some implementation, right? Do you know what is the difference between this one and this one? It is invalid compile method we are going to get. But what is this one? Sir, this concept is nothing but anonymous inner class. Observe very carefully what I am doing, sir. I am writing a class. Sir, here I am writing a class that implements runnable interface. Are you getting? I am writing a class that implements runnable interface. For that runnable interface implemented class, I am creating objects, sir. Sir, it is not object of runnable, it is the object of its implementation class. Are you getting? I am writing a class that implements runnable. For that implementation class, I am creating an object with the runnable reference. But now you may ask, sir, what is the name of that class? No name for that implementation class. Such type of class is nothing but anonymous inner class. Everyone can able to understand, right, sir? What is anonymous inner class? Make sure, sir, a class without having any name. Sir, I write a class that implements an interface. Okay, for that implementation class I'm creating an object. Here implementation class not having any name. Such a type of classes are by default considered as what? Anonymous inner class. Of course, sir, where we cover this concept, sir? If you observe, if you want to get much knowledge about this anonymous inner class or inner classes, in the YouTube, just my videos are there, sir. There are 4 types of inner classes: normal or regular inner class, method local, anonymous inner class, next static nested class. Next in the anonymous inner classes, there are 3 types are there: anonymous inner class that extends a class, that implements an interface, that define inside argument. Like, sir, better before coming to this part, better to go to that topic, then you can able to understand very easily. Or if you are already having some basic idea about anonymous inner class, happily you can able to get, sir. Don't worry about that. Sir, now what is anonymous inner class? Just aware, inner class without having any name, nameless inner class is called anonymous inner class. Sir, can you give an example? This is the example: anonymous inner class that implements which interface, right? Runnable interface. Are you getting that? Implements runnable interface. Is it clear for all of you? Now, sir, this is the anonymous inner class that implements runnable interface. For that implementation class, I am creating an object also. It is not runnable object, it is the object for its implementation class. Sir, now wherever this type of syntax is there, happily we can replace with, happily this concept we can replace with the lambda expression. How very that possibility, sir? Just let me explain with the anonymous inner class concept. Next, with the regular lambda expression, sir. Very simple. Just observe very carefully, right? Sir, I'm taking here, I'm taking a small example, sir, with the anonymous inner class. With the anonymous inner class, inner class, how we can write, sir? A bit simple to understand. Class threads demo, class threads demo 1. Okay, public static void main method, public static void main method, string array args. Public static void means string array args. Here let me take runnable r is equal to, runnable r is equal to new runnable, runnable r is equal to new runnable. Sir, have you observed? I am writing a class that implements runnable interface. Are you getting? Sir, it is nothing but what? Anonymous inner class. For that implementation class, I am creating object. Okay, sir, compulsory we should provide implementation for run method, public void run method. Here I am taking for int I is equal to 0, I is lesser than 10, I plus plus, system.out.println. Okay, child thread, like this I am taking, sir. Child thread, end of the run method, end of the anonymous inner class, end of the object creation, right? Are you getting? In the last example somewhere we covered class my runnable, class my runnable implements runnable. Like here with the anonymous inner class only I did total activities, sir. Can you please tell, just because of this code, what are various activities we are doing? Do you know, right? I am writing a class that implements runnable interface. Next, in that class I am providing implementation for run method. For that implementation class I am creating an object. Are you getting? So runnable object is ready. With that runnable object I have to start a thread. Correct or not? Sir, what is that code? Thread T is equal to new thread T is equal to new thread of R. Thread T is equal to new thread of R, and then T dot start. Are you getting? Thread T is equal to new thread of R, T dot start. Like this I am taking, sir, T dot start. Now, sir, child thread started. At this point of time, how many threads are there? 2 threads. One is main thread, After this line, child thread also started. Now child thread is the responsible to execute run method. Remaining code executed by main thread. Now observe that for int I is equal to 0, I is lesser than 10, I plus plus, system.out.println. Okay, what is the code I am taking, sir? Main thread. Are you getting? What is the code? Just I am taking main thread like this, right? Sir, if I execute this program, do you know what is the output by default we will get? Child thread, main thread, mixed output by default we are going to get, because how many threads are here? 2 threads are there. Child thread is the responsible to execute run method. Main thread is the responsible to execute this. Sir, for loop executed by which threads are? Main thread. This for loop executed by main thread. This for loop executed by which threads are? Child thread. Everyone can aware? Sir, this itself is nothing but anonymous inner class concept which can be used to run, okay, to start a thread, to define a thread and so on. Is it clear, right? So that's all. Sir, now I can replace this one with the lambda expressions. You know already, right? Sir, we covered already in the last sessions. Okay, now let me write with the lambda expression. What is the code, sir? With the lambda expression. With the lambda expression. Okay, very simple. Class threads demo to public static void main method string array args. Public static void main string array args. Just observe a bit carefully, sir. I want here runnable R is equal to new runnable. What is this concept, sir? Anonymous inner class concept. This anonymous inner class concept I want to replace with lambda expression, right? How I can do that? Here observe runnable R is equal to sir, run method implementation. Already I covered this approach in the last example, sir. Here just a curly brace open. For int I is equal to 0, I is lesser than 10, I plus plus, system.out.println. Here child thread like this I am taking, sir. What is the code? Child thread like this I am taking. End of the okay lambda expression, right? Okay, that's all. Now runnable object is ready. Have you observed, right? Sir, this total code is by default considered as anonymous inner class. This total code is what? Anonymous inner class. Okay. Next, this total thing, of course, is by default considered as what? Lambda expression. Okay. Observe. Wherever anonymous inner class is there, happily we can use lambda expression in that place. Clear for all of you, right? Now my word is thread T is equal to new thread of R. Thread T is equal to new thread of R like this. T dot start. Remaining code is always same, sir. T dot start. Sir, now I am taking remaining main thread is the responsible to execute remaining. For int I is equal to 0, I is less than 10, I plus plus, system.out.println. What is this code, sir? Main thread. What is the code itself is main thread, like you people should be aware. Is it clear for all of you? Sir, clear indication. Wherever anonymous inner class is there may be a chance of replacing with the lambda expression. Sir, can you please tell which code is very lengthy code? Which code is the very lengthy code? Runnable R is equal to new runnable public void run. All this nonsense is not required. Have you observed right there? That's why with the lambda expressions, length of the code will be reduced. Readability by default is going to be improved. Next, runnable R is equal to new runnable public void run and so on. Do you know complexity to the programmer is more? We can resolve this complexity by using what lambda expressions, right? Everyone can able to understand, right? So make sure you people should aware wherever anonymous inner class concept is there may be a chance of using lambda expressions, right? Clear for all of you, right? Okay, this is the simple example. Of course, this example already I executed in the last session only. We are not required to discuss much. Okay, that's what you people should be aware. Anonymous inner class versus lambda expression, right? We can replace anonymous inner class with lambda expression, but may not every time. So what is the advantage? Length of the code will be reduced, complexity by default will be reduced, right? Clear for all of you, right? Okay, that's all. Sir, just now we covered wherever anonymous inner class is there is a possibility of replacing with the lambda expression, right? Now I have one small doubt here. Just a further explanation I want to do that. Can you please tell what is this one, sir? This is runnable R is equal to, what is this one? Itself is nothing but what? Lambda expression. What is this concept, sir? Lambda expression. Now thread T is equal to new thread of R I am taking. Sir, why we have to define separately runnable R and so on? Why don't you pass lambda expression directly here? Is it possible or not? Sir, I want to pass this lambda expression directly without using this R. Is it possible or not? Yes, sir, no problem at all. Here, let me take thread T is equal to new thread of, thread T is equal to new thread of, I am expecting what? Runnable object. Are you getting? Sir, runnable object can be represented by lambda expression or not? Yes. Why don't you pass directly, man? Okay, just bracket open. Sir, it's about runnable object related lambda expression. Okay, now curly brace open for int I is equal to 0, I is less than 10, I plus plus system.out.println. What is the code I am taking? Child thread. End of the for loop, end of lambda expression. Okay, so close this bracket. Everyone can able to understand, right? Sir, within the argument also in the place of functional interface object, happily we can pass regular the corresponding lambda expression also, no problem at all. So do you know remaining code is always same, T dot start method, right? Okay, now also happily it is going to work, there is no doubt at all. So can I pass lambda expression as argument or not? Yes. Can I assign lambda expression with the functional interface reference variable or not? Yes. If I start using lambda expressions, do you know length of the code is going to be reduced, sir. Complexity we can able to resolve. Clear for all of you, right? This is what you people should aware, right? Here my lambda expression implements which interface, right? Runnable interface. Are you getting? Which implements runnable? Wherever runnable object we are expecting, happily you can pass the corresponding lambda expression. Don't try class my runnable implements runnable or otherwise runnable R is equal to new runnable, like such type of complex logic. Happily we can replace the total code with simple lambda expressions only. But anyway, at the beginning days of using these things, you people may feel difficult. Once we started using habitizer with this, then the style of coding by default is going to be changed, sir. Are you in a position to understand, right? This is what you people should aware. Wherever anonymous inner class is there may be a chance of using lambda expressions. There is a possibility, right? Okay.